Beloved soul, I see you searching for shelter, not just for yourself, but for your loved ones. Your children, your family, the ones entrusted to your care by the silent, holy bond of love. I see you in moments no one else witnesses, when the house is quiet and shadows grow longer, and your mind stirs with quiet questions. Will my prayer protect? Can my hope be enough? You scroll through news of calamity, see headlines of dangers unleashed, illness prowling in the night, division and uncertainty pressing in by day. You watch your children, small joys in a shifting world, and feel the ache of wanting to preserve their innocence, their hope, their belonging. And perhaps, like so many across the world, you have carried heavy nights when a cough, a nightmare, a worry for finances or safety made you wish for a wall stronger than stone to stand around your home. You are not alone in longing for protection that doesn't fail. I meet you right here, where your fear and faith blend, knowing you do not ask selfishly, but from an ancient urge placed in you at creation. To shelter, protect, and preserve what you love against the winds and arrows of life. You are not less faithful for feeling concern. You are not spiritually weak for wanting the promise that terror by night, arrows by day, and pestilence will not come near your dwelling. All that you feel, every hope and worry, comes from your heart that is alive, awake, and deeply human. Know this. Your prayers rise, not as dusty words, but as living invitations for my presence to enter and remain in your ordinary life, turning each threshold and corner into a sanctuary. Stay close to this channel if you need to remember, again and again, that you are not the only one protecting your family. Heaven has drawn near. Subscribe and remain, because in these words lies an answer that reshapes not only how you pray but how you see every day. Your place of refuge is real. The shield I offer is more than poetry, it is the living embrace of the Almighty. Let me open for you the heart of this promise. Imagine for a moment a hidden place, a secret sanctuary woven into the fabric of creation, not found by striving, nor by power, but by surrender and trust. This is the secret place of the Most High, a dwelling where you abide beneath the shadow of wings stretched wider than history, stronger than any night. Under those feathers, you are known and secure. My truth becomes your shield and buckler. When darkness falls, and the world is full of what if, you rest in the shadow of a love that does not forget, a presence that will not depart. You were created for this refuge, not merely to endure, but to breathe deeply in the knowledge that I am refuge, fortress, and trusted shelter. There is no evil, no disease, no ill news or opposition that can outrun my reach. See your life as a house surrounded not by accident, but by design, with angels given orders concerning you. When you step out, when your children walk uncertain streets, when uncertainty hangs heavy at work or home, know that heaven's messengers bear you up in their hands, watching each step, guarding each night, standing between you and every scheme meant for your harm. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, yet destruction does not decide your future or the fate of your dwelling. You may watch with your eyes the collapse of schemes aimed against the innocent, but you are not abandoned to fate. I am the silent guardian beside your door, and your home is watched over by more than stone and lock. You ask for protection, and I answer. Because you have made me your habitation, no evil will befall you, no plague come near your dwelling. Consider the stories of those who entrusted their lives to me. David as a hunted man, surrounded by enemies, finding supernatural peace in the midst of adversity. Jesus, untouched until his hour arrived, protected as a child in Egypt, later preserved in storms and trials by a father's hand. When the disciples feared for their lives in the boat tossed by storm, my presence awakened and calmed what raged outside and within. And even in times of hardship, my promises revealed. You shall tread upon the lion and the adder. Because you have set your love upon me, I will deliver and honor you. These are not distant fairy tales, they are the pattern of my action with all who trust, not that trouble is erased, but that no force is granted final authority over you or those you love. Now let me offer you 5 gentle yet unshakable practices, as rivers shaping the land within your heart and home. These come not as burdens, but as gifts, not as demands, but as the gentle work of my Spirit in your lived story. First, Choose dwelling, not visiting, as your posture with me. Enter the secret place daily, make it home, not a shelter you rush to only in crisis. As you rise, as you rest, as you walk, practice my presence, find me in the ordinary. When your mind turns to worry, let it rest instead in the assurance, I will say of the Lord. He is my refuge and my fortress. David did this from caves and palaces alike. Jesus retreated to silent places to be restored under the Father's shadow. Let your family see that security is not absence of crisis, but the steadiness of one who knows where to dwell. Second, speak trust aloud, declaring my protection over all who are yours. Bless your house, your children, your relationships by name, remind your soul, and the watching darkness, he shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall trust. The words you speak carry life, do not let fear become your prophecy. David sang aloud even when alone. Jesus prayed for his friends and disciples on the night of greatest threat. Shape the air in your home with hope. Allow children to witness faith's language, so that when grown, they too will speak blessing as shield and pathway. Third, actively refuse the tyranny of fear. Let your heart place not be afraid of terror by night nor arrow by day as a lamp on every evening. When you wake to headlines or unwelcome calls, repeat. No evil shall befall me, neither shall any plague come near my dwelling. Fear seeks to rule as a false shepherd. Yet faith, simple, daily trust, breaks the grip of anxiety. Remember how David stood before Goliath not as one unafraid, but as one who had learned through many nights what it meant to abide in the shadow of the Almighty. When Jesus met lepers and storms, he walked in peace and commanded his followers to do the same, not by bravado, but by anchoring in the Father's presence. Fourth, receive help as blessing, not as lack. Angels have been charged over you, not because you are frail, but because you are precious. Accept my assistance gladly, let your pride rest. When others offer, say thank you, blessing multiplies among the humble. Watch for my intervention in small acts, a phone call at the right time, a door closing to harm, a friend's encouragement. When David fled from Saul, he found refuge in unexpected helpers, places, provisions. When Jesus prayed in the garden, it was angels that ministered to him. You, too, are surrounded by care both seen and unseen, trust it. Fifth, set your love on me above circumstance, not as a bargain but as surrender. The promise is for those who set their love upon me, call upon me, not as transaction, but as the magnetic pull of devotion. Open your heart not only for rescue, but for relationship. As you worship, serve, and remain faithful in unseen hours, I will answer. I will be with you in trouble, deliver you, and honor you. David's psalm was not only for survival, but for union. He made my love the center, and found satisfaction in salvation no darkness could erase. All your prayers rise to me, every sigh, every longing to see your family safe, every midnight tear or whispered hope. You are not asking alone. My arms encircle the fragile and the strong, the aware and the unaware, the doubting as much as the believing. When you fear for a child away at school, a loved one working late, or health in an uncertain world, my watchfulness, my delivering power, is near. There is no separation between you and my shelter. And when you walk through fire or storm, I walk with you. When you call, I answer. Let me quiet your worries with blessing now. May your home become a place where the shadow of the Almighty is felt, quiet, sure, safe even when the world rages. May you know deep within that angels are given charge over you, not as fiction, but as reality here and now. May no pestilence, no disaster, no dread rob you of your sleep or your hope. May doors of health, peace, and prosperity open before you. May the strength of my truth be your daily shield, and may trust well up as a living spring within. If trouble arises, may you see my deliverance in ways expected and surprising. If fear returns, may your spirit recall, with long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. Share this message with those whose nights are restless and whose love for family runs deeper than words. Subscribe to this channel for more prayers, wisdom, and strength drawn from the ancient songs of hope. My protection is not a wish, it is a living promise. Let blessing, reassurance, and peace fill your heart now and evermore.